As y'all see on YouTube, BestFriend. I'm gonna give y'all this quick story time real quick. Alright. So, this story time is about my best friend. I'm gonna probably put pictures somewhere up here to show y'all like my old neighborhood and stuff. I'm not gonna post her. But I'm gonna show y'all so y'all can kind of get a picture of you know, where everything went down. But anyway, this story time is about when my best friend got drugged, and you know, it's not a topic that's funny or anything like that, so I don't think this is like a funny video. But well, basically some of the stuff, you know, how we met and stuff might be funny or whatever like that. But so we met in high school. Her name, what I'm saying her name is I just say Tina, cause I know Tina's, but I'm not talking about you. But anyway, so me and Tina met my freshman year. I was a freshman, and she was a senior. She was either a senior or a junior. It was one of them. She was. So we met. When I first met her, I thought she was a school teacher because, you know, she was way developed. Like, she looked like she worked there. So when I came into the classroom, I had a question for the teacher because, you know, it was my first time going to National River. So yeah, I was going to National River when I met her. So when I came into the classroom, I actually thought that she was a school teacher. So I was like, hey, I got a question, because I think I was trying to figure out my schedule for that school or whatever like that. So me and her clicked, like right off top, we clicked. I was probably 13, 14, something like that. And she was like already grown. So she got to be a senior because she was 18 or 19. So, me and her clicked or whatever like that. And I was like, okay, you cool, whatever like that. Boom, boom, boom. So, we ate lunch together and so forth. Now, all this happened, I'm about to tell y'all, all this was like in a 9 months worth of time, because at that time, we didn't stay in that area a whole year before we moved back to downtown Suffolk, because I was living in Suffolk at the time, Suffolk, Virginia, for the ones that don't know. So we was hanging out every single day at school. So later on, I found, because when I first moved over there, I didn't hang outside, so I didn't know she lived in my neighborhood, because they were still getting my bus together, and I didn't ride the bus until why are my glasses so blurry? So yeah, I didn't ride the bus until everything was great, and it took about a month just for them to get my bus right around the neighborhood. So we was hanging together or whatever like that in school, and then when they finally got my bus right, me and her I seen her on the bus. I was like, oh, I didn't know you ride my bus or whatever like that. She was like, yeah, I ride your bus. You like, she was asking me what I had to do one weekend or whatever like that, which I can get started. It's so many stories I can tell y'all about her, about Tina. There's so many stories I can tell y'all, you know, that we had so much together. So I'm gonna break them up. They're gonna be separate if y'all want to know more about her. But anyway, so I'm gonna skip forward a lot of stuff. So it was time for us to get ready to move. For a manager, I told y'all I was moving. You know, I didn't stay there no longer than 9 months. So we ended up moving, and we're getting ready to move. So it was some guys around our neighborhood that used to always, you know, hit up on her, or if they weren't doing that, they'll try to get her drunk or try to smoke with her. But being that I was hanging with her, I'm the type of friend where if I see you getting taken advantage of, I'm gonna just take you out that equation. So a lot of the guys hated when we was hanging together because of the simple fact I would always be like, no, she can't do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. So they would never, you know, they didn't like when I hung around her because they couldn't control her and get her to do things that they wanted her to do. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it was times where, you know, she did what she had to do to get her phone bill and stuff changed, but that's a whole different story. We'll talk about that another time. But anyway, I used to, you know, with these guys, I used to always be like, no, she not doing this, this, and that. So they didn't like when I was hanging with her. It was always me and her. We had mutual friends that we hung with around the neighborhood, but they didn't hang around us every day like me and Tina did everything together. So like we walked everywhere. I mean, our house is like right across from a shopping center, so we were always at the shopping center, and we weren't there. We were hanging in mutual friends' houses and stuff like that. But that's how we was. So excuse my ashy hands, y'all, because my skin is dry today. So anyway, I began to move because there was some stuff going on that the landlord, you know, wasn't able to handle with our house. But anyway, we was able to move, so we moved back to my hometown, downtown Suffolk. And even though I moved, me and her was still on the phone every day. But remind y'all, at the time, I didn't have no car, so I didn't have a way to come all the way back to Northern Suffolk to come see her. So it would always be, you know, I'll talk to her on the phone or I'll text her. So this one particular day, that I called her, I believe this was back in 2013 or 14, somewhere around that time, or 12, it was one of them, somewhere around that time. I had texted her and I didn't get a text back. Now remind y'all, even though I moved, we were always on the phone and texting each other. So I knew something was strange, but I didn't get a text from her, because usually she texts me back like right away. Like that's how we was. So, and I'm sure y'all old pictures. I don't got no pictures of me and her, because she didn't really like to take pictures and stuff like that. I don't know why, but I did in my old phone have a few pictures of us, but I didn't ever put it on Facebook or anything like that. But I do got old pictures of me, so y'all can see how I look back then. But anyway, I didn't get a text or anything from her. So I was like, okay, well, that's weird. So I was like, okay. So a few days passed by. I called her phone. Her phone went straight to voicemail. I said, okay, I don't know what that is. So let me hit up our other friend. So I call our other friend who was hanging around, Tracy. I call her Tracy. So I called Tracy and I was like, have you heard from Tina? Because her phone, she haven't been getting no texts from me, and she haven't texted me back, and her phone just been going straight to voicemail. And she was just like, nah, I ain't heard from Tina. And whatever like that. I was like, okay. So I was like, well, just call and let me know when you hear from her, because I'm still trying to reach her and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she good, she alright, whatever like that, because we both knew how the dudes was in that neighborhood. So we was like, alright. So after that, one of my friends called me, another one of my friends that I was talking to around there. I can't remember her name. For some reason, I cannot remember. Matter of fact, I do remember, but I ain't gonna say it. But anyway, she had called me and she was like, do you know what happened to Tina? I was like, hold on, what you mean? Hold on, what you mean what happened to her? So we on the phone and she told me, she was like, she had went to a party with another mutual friend. It was a house party around the neighborhood, which they used to always throw parties on the weekends every now and then. And she was like, she was like, somebody threw a pot around the neighborhood, and Trina had went with a mutual friend, and they was drinking and stuff. Now, let me tell y'all this one thing about Tina. She would always, when she drank, like, if we go out, if she was drinking or whatever like that, she would always leave her cups around. And I used to always tell her, if you left that cup there, leave that cup there. Don't go back looking for that cup, because you just never know. So I always told her that, when we was hanging together. So when she was drinking stuff, I would always make sure, that she, watching herself. I would always help watch her, because when she drank, that's it. So she said she had sat her cup down, and my homegirl was like, a dude just kept pulling on her, trying to get up with her or whatever like that. She wasn't trying to do it. She wasn't trying to get up with him or whatever like that. So she had, like I said, put her cup down, and she came back. Another dude had made her another drink. Now, I always tell her, don't trust when niggas give you a drink and you don't see them make it. But she took it anyway. He made her a drink. She took the drink, and they said she just wasn't feeling herself. Like, it was like she was feeling numb, and she couldn't, control herself or whatever like that. And they said it was some guys in the neighborhood. I don't know who they is. So, I don't know, but they said it was some guys in the neighborhood that gang raped her. So, and I said, what? So, my friend that I was on the phone with didn't really have too much details. So I told my sister about what was going on with Ashley. I'm put her picture in the link. Y'all remember her from the last story time. So I had told her what was going on. So she had called one of her friends to I'm picking her up now, y'all. So she called one of her friends to come and pick us up so I can go see her. Man, y'all, after I heard all of this, I heard this after I got the phone with my other homegirl. I went to go see Tina a month later. So we go over there, and I was like, cause being I haven't heard from her, I didn't just go off of rumors. I wanted to see how she was doing myself, because like I said, she was a friend of mine. So any friend of mine, I'm gonna check on them. That's what a friend's supposed to do, right? So I was worried, so I went and seen her a month later, because I ain't really the type that go off of what people say, especially because she did have a lot of people hating on her. But not saying that my friend that called gave me wrong information, but I just wanted to know as a friend myself, because I was cool with Tina family too. Me and her family spoke on the daily too. And hold on. Hello. Girl, you ready? You ready? Are you here? Yeah. So I as a friend, I went to go see her for myself, and I went over there, and she was just weird. She wasn't the same Tina I knew. Like, when me and her hung together, we were always singing, and we weren't singing together. Our favorite song, we were always mess up Faith Evans' song, "Used to Love Me" by Faith Evans. We used to mess that song all the time. But when I went to go see her, she was just different. Like, she was staring into space. She didn't really remember. She remembered me, but she didn't remember a whole lot of people. So when I had came to see her, her mama wanted to, which was her aunt, because her mama died, y'all. So that's how I forgot to mention too, that her mama passed away when she was a child. So her aunt came. Her aunt was telling me that she wanted to talk to me. And I was like, yeah. I was like, what's going on? What's wrong with her? So her aunt was like, told me basically the same story I just told y'all. Where my homegirl told me. So then she went into extra details by telling me that when they had found Tina, she was in the middle of the street saying she's Jesus and she sacrificed herself. She was butt naked. They said she didn't have nothing on, so all of her clothes was ripped off. And they found her in the middle of the street screaming that she sacrificed herself. She's Jesus. So, which also gave them a hint as well that the story was true to her getting raped. So, so after that, she was telling me that whatever they put in her drink caused her to forget that she even had kids. Because remind y'all, she had 2 kids. She had a little girl, and she had just had a baby before. A baby boy right before I moved from over there. She had just had a boy, and then she didn't even remember her children was, and she barely remembered anybody else, but she remembered me. When she seen me, she automatically remembered me, and that's why her aunt was like, she was surprised that she actually remembered me, because like I said, me and her did have a bond. So it was a lot of stuff that we talked about and did together. So that was my girl. That was my girl, y'all. When I moved over there, I didn't really hang with too many people in the neighborhood. I would talk to a lot of them in the neighborhood, but I won't hang with them like I was with Tina. So that's the story, y'all. That's the story time on my best friend getting drugged. So I just want to let y'all know, to the ladies mainly, don't stop leaving your cups and drinks around. It don't matter who it is, stop trusting so easily, because as y'all know, in her situation, she was an innocent, she was just as innocent, and they played on her. So y'all just don't leave your drinks around. Don't easily trust when it comes to men or women, because you got people out here that will envy you and put some of your drink that act like they for you, but put some of your drinking really against you. So just watch your cups and your drinks, and watch who you hang around. And that's it for this story, y'all. So I'm gonna try to I'll try to make the story sound quick, but as y'all can, I probably by the time I edit this can be a little less, but it took me 20 minutes. But yeah, y'all, just please, 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 women, watch your cups, watch who you hang around, and watch who you trust. And that's the end of this.